What's up, Grind Squad? It's DG back again, and this time I'm bringing the Grind Squad a little news. We're going to take a look at how Raid looks now, how it could look in the future, and even dig up a little bit in the past. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Dragon Grind. I'm the Grind Captain around here, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn the notifications on, and join us in the grind. All right, so here we have the update highlight for 1.15. Should be coming soon, so let's take a look at it. The very first thing is something great, nothing bad to say about it, except for this is something we've been asking for almost a year. Since Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss came out back in last July or something like that. It's been needed since then, especially since January, we've gotten a lot of new heroes, things like that. But we finally getting it now, and it seems like the clan boss's HP bar will be as normal as it has been, but once it gets down to 0, it'll go up to this infinite state, which will allow people in different time zones to hit the clan boss, at their own time. No one waking up in the middle of the night to get a key in, things like that. And will also allow people who are like, are actually brutal hitters, but they got some extra keys so they can get a chest from Nightmare, things like that, and just kind of expand the ability to really monopolize on the clan boss rewards, which are arguably the best daily rewards in the game. So I love it. I dig it. I want to see more, more things like this. But the big argument is that the community's been asking for this for almost a year. It took this long to get it, but now we finally got it. So, hooray for everyone. Now moving on to something that's not so bright and dandy. Additional player levels. That's awesome. Great. People have asked for this for a while. Thing is they're not increasing the energy pool now. You will still be at 130 energy at level 100. To me, that kind of makes it not worthwhile. They say that you'll receive new rewards for reaching milestones, blah, blah, blah. But knowing Plarium, they're not going to be any rewards that are significant by any means. And I understand they want to control the whole energy pool thing. So my advice, just don't bring it out. Put it back in your pocket, Plarium, and save it for whenever you feel comfortable with the energy pool going up, because that is the main attractive aspect of increasing the player levels, is that the energy pool goes up. And as a side note, when you do, please do not increase the value of energy pots or energy refills. 40 gems or one energy pot is equivalent to $1 USD. Save it like that. Keep it like that. That's perfect amount, whether you're buying a sandwich from off the dollar menu from McDonald's or you want to refill your energy. It's a very minor thing. It's not completely satisfying. It's not going to fill you up. You're not going to be good for the day, but you'll grab it anyways. Leave it like that. The champion balances and bug fix. I was going to go deep into, what each kit was, but essentially it seems like all of these heroes have damage mitigation, and that is what is going to be affected. Some heroes like your Rhodos and your Duchess, you might end up wanting to make a little tankier, especially Rhodos, who's the effect on his skill seems to be nerfing his damage mitigation against bosses. So you might really want to theory craft and test a little bit with some of these heroes against boss waves and things like that for their damage mitigation. Now there is one that's definitely different, and that's Richtof the Bold. He has been deemed Richtof the meme for ever since I've been playing, until recently when he got a buff, and then he went from literally one of the worst heroes in the game to very well buildable and usable, depending on your roster and things like that. And now this buff is actually or this nerf, I'm sorry, is gonna nerf out his damage on his A3, which I find very interesting, because me and a clanmate of mine, Shavs, big shout out to you, Shavs, he's one of my theory crafting friends. We've been talking about how hard Richtof can hit in clan boss and dungeons and things like that, and it seems to be pretty significant. So if you're going to nerf back his damage some, is that going to drop him back to Richtof the meme? I hope you guys got your game testers in there to look at that, because I think you just broke a hero you just fixed. Not too happy to see that. Moving on, though, we've got some miscellaneous improvements. Gold tier 4 arena chest will see a significant reward buff. Awesome. Been, asked for in the community for a long time. There's a lot of people out there that just farm arena. They're not too big into the competitive edge of platinum tier, which is just a whale war. Um, and if you can get your whole clan to help boost you, I guess that's another way of doing it. But so we've got the gold tier 4 arena chest, seeing a buff that's very nice. But I would like to point out that most of the people that are in gold 4 arena, they're there farming it, and they're in-game players. They've been playing for a while. They just prefer not to focus on pushing arena for one reason or another. There's quite a few reasons not to. But there's going to be a big jump from gold 4 players to gold 3 players. Gold 3 players are people who are still mid-game and they're pushing up to gold 4 so they can farm the best arena farming stage there is, gold 4. So I would like you guys to take a step back, look at the arena tiers in general and see where your player base is, because gold 4 is pretty much all in-game players and spenders who was able to get the heroes that would just carry them to gold 4. And then you're going to see gold 3 are mid-game players that are pushing to gold 4. And of course, spenders alike. So you might need to take a step back and look at the first half of the arena tiers and figure out where you want your player base to be, and then tweak the reward system accordingly, because even in the early gold state, gold 1, 2, and 3, people don't want to see their arena chest having 3 and 4 star gear. Like, these are still mid level or mid game players. They're doing Dragon 20. They're pushing stage 20 of other dungeons. They're getting pretty much purely 5-star gear, except for in the arena chest once a week where they get 3-star and 4-star gear that they just sell, that has crappy subs and stuff anyways. So the next one is you'd be able to lock and unlock champions Tavern. That's a situation that I found myself in where I got to go back into champion, especially like when using dupe epics and stuff for skill books and, blah, blah, blah. Love it. I'm glad we can unlock our champions in arena now. Yeah, it's pretty simple things. And by the way, I would like to see that in the fusion page as well. Nothing sucks worse than being like, yeah, I got all my heroes leveled and ascended. Go in here and fuse his heroes. I'm like, oh crap. All right, I got to go back to champion screen to unlock this. I would imagine it's pretty much a copy pasta code line. Like, you guys put that in there too. We need to be able to lock and unlock our champions anywhere we use champions. The next one is accessories can be sold from the battle result screen. If you guys are if anybody watching this is a follower of Darth Micro, he's a big fan of that. Most streamers will be, but it's something that, again, you can sell every other piece of gear from the battle result screen except for accessories. It should have been implemented a long time ago. Again, another copy pasta type of code, I would imagine. Next, we have accessories be added to tournament rewards. Very nice, especially for early to mid game players. Their ability, to be like, all right, I'll push up to rank 6, 5, 4, whatever, to get an accessory out of that main page of the rewards, and then maybe even possibly on them side rewards for the tournaments. Very nice. I'm happy to see that as well. I'm glad to see that, the accessories are becoming a little more mainlined throughout the entirety of the game, rather than just people who farm in-game spider, Champions required for an active fusion will be marked with a special icon. Very nice, especially for newer players, inexperienced players like that. They will get a visual aid for them on those heroes, and as well as an alert pop up before this champion's sacrifice. That, again, great for early new players or inexperienced players for sure. Glad that's there as well. Definitely, I've heard many people like, oh, I fed my spike head when I first started. Now I've been waiting 9 months to try and fuse rosin. Yeah, that sucks. Now we got that in there. Good looking out, player. Good looking out. Be able to sell artifact and accessories even when your storage is full. That's great, especially for in-game players. That's something for us. I am so tired. Even though the filtering system you guys have now is compliments to the chef on whoever cooked that up, because you guys did it perfect. You can look at all of your new items. If you go to roll one of them, the rest of them don't disappear like it used to be with the old new item tab, things like that. You guys did it great. But now we can even sell them from the battle result window. Perfect. You guys are making the game easier to play. Give props there when it's due. Improved UI for Arena Chest. I'm interested by this one. It says tap it and it will show rewards. Will I just be able to tap my arena rank and see what possible rewards I'll be able to pop out from that? Because that would be awesome. I would love to see that, guys. Love to see that. Um, I don't know what else it could mean if it's something else. We'll see. It looks interesting, and if it does what I think it does, then I'll be very happy. Updated platinum tier matchmaking. This is a big one, guys. Your opponents will be chosen by their position on the platinum leaderboard rather than the arena points. That is then people who are boosting their clan members in arena, platinum tier arena. Adios to you guys. We won't see any more of those meme teams up there, where you guys know you're not going to be on anyone's matchmaking board because your arena points are just so high. And then I would like to point this out. As far as the various UI fixes go, I'm not quite sure exactly, what they fixed here. It could just be, the size of this, the way text looks, things like that. But to be honest, with these, at the bottom of these patch notes, it's usually, AI fixes, UI fixes, minor bugs, and blah, blah, blah. Sometimes these things have broken heroes and broken the game. So you guys be very wary of what these various UI fixes could be. Probably nothing. Could be something. I guess we'll check it out in the patch. So now moving on past this, there's some things that I wanted to bring up. This is all about the patch notes. I gave my ideas, my thoughts on them. Kind of went over, what I felt was good and what was kind of unnecessary, or even some things like additional player levels. Just put that back in your pocket, Plarium. Bringing that out now ain't going to be nothing but something for people to riot over. Put it back in your pocket and bring it out whenever you feel like we're ready to increase the energy pool. I feel like we need it now, but clearly what we think doesn't really matter to them. So just put that back in your pocket. Bring that out with an energy pool increase, so that way this becomes a happy thing. But outside of all these, things we've asked for a year, including the additional player levels, which they did that one pretty poorly. New tournament modes, some things to be happy about. Even some nerfs in here that I'm not quite sure how it's going to work out. Some things could be big, some things, are whatever. And then the gold tier arena chest buff. There's some things in here that we've been asking for a while. I love it. There's plenty of positive things here, a few negative. But I'd like to point out something. There has been things that the community has asked for a long time. And then there's things that you guys have promised us. We are over the first quarter of 2020. This roadmap came out in September of 2019. And we are barely over halfway through the roadmap in general. There's been, things about arena chest and, that the PvP aspect of raid's kind of a joke, blah, blah, blah. There's not enough new content, blah, blah, blah. And then, you guys are always pumping out heroes. So let's tackle these next three things on the roadmap. Void Tower. Calibria has a 500 floor tower. And yeah, Calibria fell off a bit, but that's for other reasons rather than content. There's a bunch of in-game players in raid. There's a good portion. I don't know the statistics, but there's a good ratio of people who have nothing to do other than faction wars or push to platinum tier, which is a whale war. There's not much. Give us something that the main populace of the game can work on a weekly, monthly basis. Void Tower, that's the answer. All of this was supposed to come out in 2019. We've allowed it to, extend a long time. The players that still remain, because some people didn't allow it to wait, and they're gone. They don't play raid no more. Bring the Void Tower. It's been almost a year. It took us a year to get Undying Clan Boss. It took us a year to get player level cap. I've been playing for over, almost a year now. And some of these things have not been, have been asked for since I started playing, and they're still not implemented. Void Tower, bring it. We need it desperately. Whatever department, rolls these kind of things out, give them a raise, give them some more people to work with or something. Get this out. As well as the tag team arena. This was something that wasn't this wasn't asked for by the players, but when I heard about it, the way that I understood it seemed very interesting. It seemed like it might have been a reason for me to care about PvP and raid more. My understanding is that this will be a 2-team v2 team. Same, same player versus AI scenario, but you'll have the ability to build two different teams and go against them. Now it could be tag team as in two players going up against two players, but we know that live action PvP is not nowhere near raid. So I'm pretty sure that you'll be building two teams and taking them into battle to battle two teams. That's great. That kind of limits the ability for players to just wail out, get some of the top tier, Dutches, Hegemon, Torment, blah blah blah. Just get some of those and put them on a team together, and boom, you got you a master team. This will allow people to strategize more and to build counter teams depending on their opponents. I think that would be great. That's something that would revamp PvP more than platinum tier, more than chest buffs or any of that. Bring us a new PvP arena mode. That would be great. I would love to see it. And then as far as the new faction goes, I'm in my little theory crafting ways, I'm pretty sure the new faction, we've heard it's kind of an oriental themed faction, will be coming. I feel like it'll be coming out with the new battle pass, and we've been told that the new battle pass will not come out with 1.15. So how about we do a Plarium special with a 1.15.5 and bring out the new faction along with the battle pass and make it one big thing, and maybe even drop one of these Void Tower or Tag Team Arena on us as well at the same time, and just make 1.15.5 overshadow 1.15 and just make it big. We've already been told we're not getting the battle pass. I feel like the battle pass will come out with the new faction. So bundle those together in 1.15.5 and then give us a bonus on top of that. A Void Tower, the Tag Team Arena. You could even go with the new clan boss. I've seen the pictures. I know you guys have the models. Just push that stuff out. Like, you guys could finish up most of this roadmap in the next couple months. Like, you could easily drop the new faction and just one of any of these three right here, and that will be so much more new content that the player base will have to shut up and eat their plate. They will have to sit there and finish their plate before they can ask for seconds, before they can ask for more. That's where we're at. I would love to see it. Raid is, has this big marketing hype about it, but then both players, the people that play Raid and people that don't play Raid, both are very aware of how bullshit the game is in certain aspects. I would love, I am Team Plarium on turning that shit around. Regardless of what your markers and your identifiers in the market say, you guys, Plarium has a fairly bad reputation with their player base and with people who've never played the game. I mean, I've seen the YouTube videos. You guys have people out there never played the game, never took your sponsorship, and they're bashing the game. It's like, damn, you guys don't play the game, and you're right. I wish I could troll your videos, but I can't. Let's bring this game up. Let's make Raid great. And these things you have on the roadmap, you guys already have the ideas. We love the quality of life, but it's time to see some injection of some meat into the game. Let's do it, guys. This is it. Now, speaking of things out the past, things that people have asked for a very long time, I want to point out this right here. Part number 1 is this right here, suggestion 19. This one is to show you how old this Q&A is. Will there be more slots out of the tavern? You mentioned adding an option to summon champions from mystery shards en masse, and it would be inconvenient to go back to the tavern. En masse. That means that this Q&A is before mystery shards was allowed to summon 10 times. And I mean, they've been able to do that since I started last May. It's almost been a year. So that's how old this is. And then you go down to the bottom one. Can something be done about duplicate summons from void shards for the epic and legendary champions? Like, we've been asking for well over a year to be able to do something with duplicate heroes. Epics, it's kind of whatever, you use them as books, but legendary champions, even using one as a book is cringy. Most of us keep our dupe Legos, and you guys have said there's going to be, something coming soon for dupe legendaries. We've been asking for this over a year. We've been asking for the Undying Clan Boss for over a year. We've been asking for Friends List for over a year. We've been asking to raise the player level cap for over a year. Like, these things, do we really have to wait a year from when we ask for it to get it? You know, if so, I'd like to see, you know, let me see, what would I like a year from now? Because that's what we need to start asking for now. So that way we'll be happy with it a year from now. But these things have been asked for a while. And here's one from back in October where people are asking, set a limit to summoning duplicate champions. The whole summoning concept is based on law of random, blah, blah, blah. But we have some excellent ideas for utilizing your duplicates. You guys have had these ideas for a long time. It's time to implement them. Now, this is things that I've dug up out of the past, these three things here. And it's time. It's time. We're heading into the summertime. I'm sure you guys see a drop in player base because people are out there living life, but we have the corona thing right now. The player base could definitely use an injection of some raw meat, some substance to the game. And you guys already have the ideas. You guys have had plenty of time to think about them. You guys have had plenty of time to implement them, but haven't yet till now. Like this has been asked for a long time. This has too. Like, and you guys get us these effects so we can really promote raid. And when we hear someone talking trash about the game that we love, we can say, y'all don't know what you're talking about. Things used to be rough. Things are a lot better. We got all this crap to do now and all of these different aspects of the game, but we can't. So guys, we're doing good. We're heading in the right direction. You know, got plenty of things here that look good. Some things that are, you know, necessary negatives. You know, possibly. I'm not quite sure how this is. You know, there's been a lot of the little rebalancing and things like that now. So, you know, it's very questionable. I'm not sure how some of these negatives are, but then I'm very sure about how some of these negatives will be received, such as additional player levels with no energy pool increase. Just timing. It's time for the things we asked for a year ago to be implemented. If you don't consider it the time to increase the energy pool, then go ahead and put this one back in your pocket. Pull it out so that way this can be an all the way positive, you know, positively received kind of aspect of the game. Don't pull out something we want and then make it a negative aspect. But all in all, as far as 1.15 goes just itself, see a lot of good things, some things that need to be reconsidered, some things that, you know, might need even tested out to see exactly how well they affect the game. And then some things that are just, you know, wasn't even thought of or by the community that might be really interesting. So 1.15, I'm looking forward to it. There's a few things I'd like to work with as far as the champion balancing and bug fixes go. Some things that will completely save clans, communities, players in the game in general. There's people who, you know, are in different time zones in their clan and they can't tolerate having to wake up in the middle of the night or rush a keys in the morning or just whatever. Staying up late to hit the clan boss. Like, this was a much needed fix, and the way it seems, completely fine. Like, there's nothing that stands out to me that's like, oh my god, they did they did the player level thing on the Undying Clan Balls too, where they just took something good and messed it up. No, we've got some good things. I'm happy. I'm excited. I hope it comes soon. But that's about all I'm gonna say about this update highlight, and including, you know, some past things that will hopefully come in the near future. If you guys got any ideas of things that we've asked for a long time as well, please put them down in the comments, because here soon I plan on putting together one of those community Q&As where I'm going to go out there to the community and ask questions and try and get the feel for everything. So this will be the first video for that. Put things you would like to see in the game or things that have been talked about for a long time down in the comments. So that way I can go back through and kind of formulate a list and make a nice Q&A to put out to the community. And until next time, happy grinding. May the shards break in your favor. Peace.